because it could have been a factor. The fact that he did try to bulk up, he was thinking that he was going to fight Jiří Procházka for 205.
Sean Strickland has just stunned the MMA world as he becomes the first fighter to put an end to Khamzat Chimaev's unstoppable run in MMA at UFC 328. It was an excellent performance from Strickland, but Joe Rogan reveals that the heavy weight cut has affected the performance of Khamzat. According to Joe, Khamzat bulked up for a possible move to light heavyweight against Jiří Procházka, but that fight didn't play out.
Does Khamzat want to fight 85? They said he already had his eyes on 205.
Right.
I don't know. It was a good
question, because it could have been a factor. The fact that he did try to bulk up, he was thinking that he was going to fight Jiří Procházka for 205.
Yeah. One thing we know for sure is that the buildup to the rematch would be entirely different.
Oh my God.
And there would be less emotional expenditure out of Khamzat Chimaev. We don't know what type of factor that played.
Khamzat Chimaev was looking drained at the weight cut as well, and after his defeat, Khamzat reportedly tells Dana White he wants to move up to light heavyweight, signaling a potential shift in division after his recent run at middleweight.
He literally walked up to me after the fight and said, I want to move up. I don't want to fight in this weight class anymore. You know, him moving up is exciting.
However, Khamzat also hinted about a rematch against Sean Strickland very soon. See you soon, Sean Strickland. Let me know when you are ready. Jiří Procházka also reflects on the rumors, stating that whatever decisions were made before the fight are already in the past. He praises Sean Strickland for handling pressure well, while stressing that real warriors stay composed in the cage and focus on discipline and training. Jiří Procházka said, "Whatever was decided, it was already before the match. You can show the world anything, but you have to live this role to the fullest. Big congrats to Sean to show strength and handle this pressure." On the other side, pure hate in a press conference and a smile in the cage? No, we are warriors, and it's our mission to fully handle the fire in our heart and stillness in our mind. After this defeat, an old clip of Khabib Nurmagomedov is also going viral, where he explained that Khamzat Chimaev tends to overcommit to wrestling early and fades later. He suggested Chimaev could benefit from starting more measured in striking exchanges before pushing the wrestling hard.
Я зайду и отключу. Ты должен смотреть, а если вот так пойдет, а если вот так пойдет, а если вот сюда зайдем. Ты должен все сценарии смотреть. Просто мне, например, ставить план на бой для меня, ну, не составляло такого труда. У меня был всегда один план. Я заходил, я переводил. Если получится, переведу. Если не получится, я буду 100 раз проходить.
Да.
Просто Хамзата в боях ты этого не видишь. Например, с тем же с Камару, с тем же с Гилбертом.
Да.
В поздних раундах он перестает бороться, он уже дерется в стойке. Сперва борется, если не получится, дерется в стойке. Но если он с самого начала бы с этими же ребятами дрался в стойке, он лучше подрался бы. И с тем же Гилбертом, и с тем же с Камару.
On the other hand, Daniel Cormier believes Khamzat Chimaev could get another title shot against Sean Strickland soon, adding that his run at the top is far from over. Daniel Cormier said, "Chimaev will be back. I don't think it's over for Chimaev, honestly. He may be back right next for another championship opportunity against Sean Strickland." Tom Aspinall reacts with surprise at the result between Sean Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev, admitting he didn't expect Strickland to come out on top and felt the fight was close either way. He immediately points toward the idea of a rematch, suggesting the matchup still feels unresolved.
Oh, Sean Strickland wins it.
What a win for him, eh?
Damn. Did not expect that.
But deserved, right?
Could have gone either way for me, but I think when it just showed the stats, the significant strikes, it was like 90-something Khamzat, 133 Sean Strickland. I know it doesn't always come down to stats, but that was a good fight, man. That was good. Fair play to both guys.
But
good
Strickland
fight.
was prepared, wasn't he? And he showed that you can challenge him.
That was good. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch. I'd like to see a rematch. That was good.
Arman Sarukian said he thinks the referees made the wrong decision in the Chimaev versus Strickland match. Arman said, "We got submitted by the judges." However, Demetrius Johnson points to overtraining as a possible issue for Khamzat Chimaev ahead of the Sean Strickland fight. He explains that once a fighter is already in shape, pushing the body too hard can become damaging rather than beneficial. Johnson contrasts the old school grind mentality with modern sports science, stressing that recovery and rest are now just as important as constant training.
My personal opinion, I think he trains too hard. I think he trains too hard.
There's a point in time where when you're in shape, it does, you can't get any, you know, your cardio threshold only goes so high, right? So when your cardio, if you're already in shape and you're good to go, your cardio is this high, you can't go any further. You can't, it's just physically, it's impossible. Only you're gonna get is diminishing returns. If I spend all day sparring, drilling, all that stuff, and then I go kill my body in the garage, and then I go do this and this and this, you're just breaking your body down. By the time you get to the fight, your body's been through hell for 8 to 10 weeks. And I think that used to be the norm, the thing you do back in the day. But now in 2026, there's way too much science. We have seen that less is more and more is less. And I think that's the one thing I saw when I was there and I would watch them train. And I love when I see people work hard, but sometimes working too hard doesn't pay off as well. You're better off taking 2 days off and just chilling, relaxing, filling the vibe, playing video games, than just being in the gym twice a day, every day.
Meanwhile, there was also a lot of debate about Khamzat weigh-in, as a lot of people accused UFC of cheating. Dustin Poirier questions Chimaev's weigh-in, pointing out that the scale read 185 as soon as he stepped on it without allowing time for it to properly balance. He explains that a hanging scale requires a moment to settle, implying the reading looked rushed and potentially improper.
Chael told me on Monday, this is Khamzat's worst opponent, worst matchup, and his last tough test at middleweight. There's no one else. Do you agree with that?
Dude, who else is there?
Yeah, there's guys like Nasruddin Imavov, but I don't know if he'll give him that type of trouble,
I think
right?
he could probably go to 205.
Yeah.
You know, because he looked bad on the scale, I thought. I thought he looked like he was
He looked awful.
Yeah.
There are some people, including Sean, who said today he didn't actually make weight. It was a quick drop.
Well, dude, if you watch the video, as soon as he steps on the scale, they say 185. It didn't even have time to balance. You know, this is like a hang scale.
Yes.
As soon as he steps on 185, even if you read the weight quick, you have to let it balance to see if the guy's on. Or if it's still balancing, he's a couple ounces, you know, it's tough to say.
However, Muhammad Mokaev shuts down the weigh-in controversy, explaining that the official weigh-in takes place backstage before fighters walk out. He notes that multiple officials witnessed the digital scale readings, making any form of cheating impossible regardless of a fighter's popularity or status. Mokaev said, "Everybody talking about these scales. The actually weigh-ins happens backstage just before you walk out. There's at least 2-3 people see you weight on digital scales. Impossible to cheat, guys. Doesn't matter what star power you have." Despite his win, Sean Strickland still claimed that Khamzat Chimaev did not make weight at UFC 328, stating that he saw signs of a missed cut during the process. He alleged that Chimaev panicked on the scale and was rushed away due to time pressure, insisting the weight miss was 100%.
Well, he didn't make weight. We all know he did not make weight. I don't know how the UFC swung that. No, I mean, it was bullshit. He didn't make weight. I mean, did he make weight? He didn't make weight. Ding, 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 ding. Go watch it. So he did not make weight. So it's like, I remember from what my corner said or from Milan said, when he got on the check scale and it was like, oh shit. And they dragged him up because he was running out of time. No, he missed weight 100%. But I mean, I didn't say, hey, you missed weight, you cheat. I said, all right, I'll go fight you. Don't make weight.
Sean Strickland also shows respect to Khamzat Chimaev after their fight, calling him a tough, proud champion. He explains the trash talk was just part of selling the fight and makes clear there's respect before, during, and after the matchup. Sean Strickland said, "You know, I talk shit, but he's a tough champion. Those guys are tough as hell. He goes into these fights with a lot of pride, so hats off to him. Nothing but respect before the fight, during the fight, and after the fight. That's a real man right there." At the end of the day, you gotta sell fights. I've got a lot of good Muslim guys in my camp too. Sometimes when I'm talking about him, part of me is like, man, I love those guys. Sean Strickland explains there was no real hatred behind his rivalry with Khamzat Chimaev, saying much of it came down to humor and promotion. He adds that cultural differences in how jokes are interpreted may have amplified how his comments were perceived.
I think, dude, Chimaev, especially like being Chechen, they have a lot of pride. So, you know me, obviously you guys know me. I say things that are, some people might be offended, but I'm just joking. So
the line a little bit.
I think that sometimes he probably didn't get my humor, you know, from like that part of the world. So he's a good guy, man, you know, but we're in the game of fighting. Would you guys really want me to go out there and be like, yeah, dude, Chimaev, you're a really nice guy. Let's go have a nice little fight. No, you want me to go mother this guy.
Yeah.
I do it for you guys.
So there was no true bad blood at all.
The guy's a good dude.
Yeah, I love that.
However, Dana White remains unconvinced by the idea of a new and improved Sean Strickland, making it clear he will only believe the change when he sees it consistently. He adds that while he would welcome a more composed version of Strickland, he is not yet sold on the transformation lasting.
I highly doubt that we have a new and improved Sean Strickland. I'll believe it when I see it, but I'm not buying it. I think that was, we saw that much of Sean Strickland last. I don't know how long that will last. If that's where he's headed now, nobody's happier than me. I promise you that. But I'm not buying it.
Meanwhile, Dricus du Plessis reacted to the showdown and shared that the fight was exactly what he expected, praising Sean Strickland for making it a tough battle for Khamzat Chimaev. He highlights Strickland's ability to stay off the mat and claims Chimaev cannot match him in the striking exchanges, while joking that the result makes him champion again.
Yeah, so fight went exactly the way I thought it would. Great fight by Strickland. Like I said, it's so hard to keep that man on the ground. He is incredibly tough to hold down, and he made Khamzat tired, and that's exactly what happened. I knew, and like I said, in the stand-up, he just won't be able to hang with him. So congratulations, I guess this makes me world champion again.
Sean O'Malley also reacts excitedly after Sean Strickland's win over Khamzat Chimaev, joking that he would even get a tattoo of Strickland and calling him his favorite fighter.
Imagine Strickland beats him somehow in the later round. This is crazy. I'm getting a Sean tattoo if he wins. My name's Sean. Oh my God, bro. My feet are sweating. Imagine Sean Strickland pulls it off. Bro, Sean's style is fucking awesome. Bro, is Khamzat gas? Khamzat's fatigued. This will be one of the most sickest upsets of all time. Bro, what? Gained a lot of respect for Sean Strickland right now. Holy shit. He might be my favorite fighter. He's my favorite fighter. What a gangster. Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland. New. Bro.
Meanwhile, talking about the next move, Sean Strickland points to Nasuddin Imavov as the next title challenger, mentioning he plans to take a short break to recover a broken nose and support Alex Pereira at the White House before returning to competition.
Who do you want next?
You know, me and my girl, we've been in camp for like over 6 months, and you guys know how camp is. We don't do things on weekends. We don't travel. We don't go out to eat. She's pretty much my dietitian and everything. So I'm going to give her a break. I think, what do they say, Nasuddin's next?
Probably.
Yeah, so he's next. I'll take a little breather. I want to go support my boy Alex at the White House. I want to go watch him make a history and get that 3rd belt. But give me a little time, let my broken nose heal, and let's get back in there and get some fights going on. We must move forward.
So that's it from today's video, and we hope you have enjoyed it. Share your thoughts on the fight and let us know in the comments section what should be the next step for both Khamzat and Strickland after UFC 328. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos and get more updates about their next moves.